Morning, my YouTube family. What is going on? I know this is video. I know this video. First, I gotta be able to speak English. Happy Friday. Let me start off with that. Happy Friday. This next video is gonna be something a little bit different. I've been wanting to do this type of video for a while. It's gonna be about my journey. I don't want to make it too long, so I'm gonna probably follow more of an outline format. I had talked to my friend Chelsea about it. She's going through a speech class right now, and I'm giving her shout outs. Shout out, Chelsea. I'll put your info down at the bottom. You got to follow her. She's super motivated, passionate, genuine, just a real sweetheart. And our friendship has blossomed, especially over the last few months here. And I'm just thankful, to have her in my life. But anyway, this video is going to be about my journey. And all right, my YouTubers, I am back, and let me turn this light on, just so maybe the lighting will be a little bit better. That's one of the things that I learned when I went to the YouTubers retreat back in 2016, was that when you make these videos, that your lighting should be good. And so I'm trying to make sure, I'm in my kitchen right now, so it's kind of like the lighting isn't great in here. But anyway, hopefully it's good enough for the video. And I'm also eating or drinking my shake, so hopefully you guys don't mind that I do that. But anyway, let's get started. Who am I? My name is Steve. I go by Steve-O, or just Steve, even though my full name is actually Steven. No one calls me that except for one person, typically one person. Some people call me that because they don't know, but I'm saying as far as on a normal basis, one of my friends calls me that. But as far as my fitness journey, well, first let me continue. My name is Steve-O. I'm 44 years old, and I am retired Air Force. I served in the Air Force for 23 and a half years. I'm very thankful, very blessed for my opportunities in the Air Force. Obviously, I'm repping Air Force, and obviously I'm a military muscle, for those that watch. I started my fitness journey, my true fitness journey, or shall I say serious fitness journey, in 2015. I've been lifting weights for a long time previous to that. However, back in the late 90s, I did do a bodybuilding show, one show, and I did terrible. But it was a learning experience. We didn't have internet and all of that stuff back then, so it was a little harder to get the knowledge base on what you do for contest prep. But anyway, it was a good experience. It was one that I checked off my bucket list. I never thought I would compete again. And then in 2015, when I was starting to go through my divorce, I started to want to better myself, because here's one thing that I always think about, that whenever you get out of a relationship, it's never one person's fault, in my opinion. It takes two to tango, right? So it takes two to split up. So for me, it was one of those things that I had to focus on me. So what I did was I signed up for bodybuilding.com transformation challenge. I did that. I didn't win, but I completed the goals that I set for myself. I felt great. I felt amazing. you know, I felt alive again. I wasn't depressed or anything like that from the divorce or anything like that. So the good thing was it kind of catapulted me. I started meeting more people, and you know, that's when I got into. I was stationed at a base called Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. We got into the Holloman Fit Fam in a sense. So I met my friend Marlon. You guys have seen him plenty of times. And Pam, she's been on my videos before. And I started talking to them. My friend Darla was a trainer at our gym. And we started talking about competing and everything. So Marlon, and my sis Dez, we all did a show it was NPC rules, but it wasn't like a full up NPC show. It was at another military base. And this is where like everything turned for me. I did this show. I never did men's physique, so the posing was like goofy to me after doing bodybuilding, and I was really having a hard time with transitioning and things of that sort. So I did the show. It was only me and another guy. He got first place. He looked way better than I did. Oh my gosh. But that was my eye opener, and that was where the fire lit for me. Like really lit. Because even though I got second, like, and that's still last, like that was a motivator. And I said, if I ever compete again, I do not want to go on stage. I want to go on stage looking better than I did in that show. So I set my sights on El Paso, Texas in 2015. That was my first NPC show, and I ended up getting first place in Masters and in Novice. And that just blew me up because then I wanted to compete more. So I did another show a few months later in Phoenix, the Phoenix Europa, and I ended up getting first place in Masters again, and I got third in Open. So now getting third in Open, I was motivated. I was like, all right, I got to do better next time. So it just catapulted. I've done 10 shows, 10 men's physique shows, and the worst that I've finished is fourth. Well, one show, the Amateur Olympia, I did last year, and those guys were just, I could not even compete at that level. It was like a national show, and I thought I was ready, and I apologize for the noise. My dog's back there scratching up a storm. But anyway, yeah, it was like a national show, and I got crushed. But the thing was, what I took out of it is I learned a lot, and I still accomplished the goals that were set for me. That's why I was talking about you versus you, because if you get caught up in that, as far as like where you place all the time, you're not going to get first place all the time. It's just the inevitable. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, obviously everyone sets a goal to want to get first place, but you got to remember that you don't know what the competition is looking like. You don't know what the judges are looking for, because I have judged shows before. I did a couple in New Mexico, and I know that as a judge, sometimes it depends on who's there. So if like you're the biggest guy, and sometimes even maybe have the best physique, you may not win. Because if the majority of the guys are a little smaller, but they all are very close, then they may pick the winner out of the group as opposed to the one that's singled out. Sometimes. So just amateur tips, man. But yeah, that's where my fitness journey started as far as like competing. But also went to my first Olympia in 2015. And that's when I started to get more involved with like social media stuff. Because when I first started back in there in 15, I didn't have Instagram. I had Facebook, but I didn't have Instagram. So my goal was to get a sponsorship. And we talked to one sponsor, Dina. She was the owner of a NutriShop. My friend Pam, she was sponsored by NutriShop in Las Cruces, New Mexico. But anyway, me and Marlon were trying to get sponsored, but she said, you need to grow your social media a little bit more. And we didn't know how to, like, I didn't know how to do that. My thing when I first started Instagram is I was just following everybody. And I thought that if you follow everybody, that they're going to follow you back. And it doesn't work like that. And I was just posting pictures, like no hashtags. I didn't know any of that stuff. So it was a rough start because I didn't know how to get people to follow me, you know, and I didn't really have a lot of people around me that were big on Instagram like that to help me out. But anyway, you know, through time, I started to learn more. I started to watch more YouTube, and thank you, Steve Cook, because I got to give a shout out to Steve Cook for those that know him. That's how my journey really got started as far as like learning about macros. I started watching YouTube, and he was the first person I saw. Obviously, same names, first name. And I really started to learn about macros. I didn't even know what macros was. Like I thought macros was like a supplement or something. That just shows how ignorant I was to fitness. And when I saw his video, like he had a whiteboard, he wrote down everything. And so I started writing down like all my calories, my carbs, my proteins, my fats. I started writing all of this stuff down, like everything I ate. And it was very, very time consuming. And then I learned later, months later, about the MyFitness app. And so I started using that, and that was like a lifesaver. Oh my gosh, I was like, wow, this is incredible. You can scan the barcodes and then put the serving size in there. It's so easy. Yeah, thank you to Steve Cook for that. I know he's not going to watch this video, but anyway, I started to give a shout out to him. And anyway, but yeah, everything just started to roll. It started to progress. We had my friend Eric Hilton. He's in charge in Military Muscle for all the like personnel decisions and hiring ambassadors and things of that sort, moving people up to reps and all of that. And Eric was stationed at Holloman too. So Eric started telling me about Military Muscle when he started to see me and Marlon and Dez posting a lot about fitness. And I didn't know anything about Military Muscle, zero. And so I started to follow them and I started watching. I was like, wow, like I want to be a part of that. It's something special, especially because they give back, to the military community. And I was like, I want to be a part of that. So that just, progressed and went on. I ended up meeting Rob, our CEO. I ended up meeting him in Phoenix. We talked for a little while. We both had something in common. We both were retired Air Force. And then we, later on the next year, they came to Holloman. And Rob had pulled me aside and he was like, hey, we may have something special for you. And I didn't know what that meant. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Or I think he was saying something about like, we think we may want you on the team and blah, blah, blah. And I was like so pumped. Well, then I got the call like a few months after that. And Eric was like, hey man, how would you like to be an ambassador for Military Muscle? And I was just ecstatic. Like I was almost in tears. And I rarely ever like cry, but I was almost in tears because it was something I was passionate about. And I really wanted to be a part of something special, especially as a retiree. When you're in the military, you kind of get good esprit de corps. It's a family environment for the most part, and you meet a lot of people and you're always around people. And I was missing a little bit of that. As a civilian, I'm a civilian contractor now. As a civilian contractor, you don't really have that. When people go to work, they go to work, and when they leave, they leave. Sometimes you have some of that, camaraderie, you hang out a little bit, but it's not like the Air Force. So I was missing that, but Military Muscle provided that. They gave that to me. And I was very thankful just to be a part of it. And then I started going to more. I went to LA Fit Expo, and then I went to the Arnold, and it just grew and grew and grew. But yeah, that's kind of how it all started for me. I had SLR, that was our supplement company. That was the first company that picked me up on a sponsorship, because I'm not gonna say just, because it's very important. I'm a rep for Military Muscle. And as a rep, there's different responsibilities and roles that we play to try to help build our brand and to help our company be successful, but also to reach more people. But for SLR, I was a sponsored athlete. So the roles are a little bit different. But anyway, I was very thankful for that. SLR, unfortunately, did not last just because of some issues outside of Rob's control. But anyway, I was still very thankful. Like, they're still on my weight belt. I still rep their gear. But I'm proud about that. Like, they'll always have a special part with me. And then Live Well Nutrition. I met Live Well Nutrition. Coy is the CEO. I met Coy at the Cutler Classic last year, and then my friend Marlon was already sponsored through them. He was a sponsored athlete through them. And the one thing about Coy is, like, they're only based in Vegas. He's trying to grow his business too. And because they're only based in Vegas, like, I never thought anything of it about me being with them or anything like that. But when I moved here, Coy reached out to me, and he's like, hey, he said, we've been giving it some thought. We really love your posts. You're always positive. We love your energy. Would you be interested in being a sponsored athlete with Live Well? And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, thank the Lord. Thank you. Because everything that's happening is a blessing. And, it's one of those things. That's why, like, for me, I like to make sure I give back. Some people, they question, not everybody, there's a few people that question me being positive all the time. Like, they're like, there's no way that that your life is perfect and you can be so happy all the time, but they think that it's fake. But it's who I am. If you've watched any of my videos previously, you'll see like how I'm on camera that's me. That's who I am. I'm silly, I'm sarcastic, I'm playful, but I'm happy, I'm enjoying life, and that's what it's really all about. You know, if you take anything from this video, just remember that life is a gift, and every day is a gift. You know, I'm not the most religious person, however, I do have strong faith, and I do believe that there is a higher being than us. And I believe that you have to live your life to the fullest. Give thanks to him. And the things that happen to you are blessings. And sometimes it may not happen the way you want it to happen. You may not get all the things that you want in life, but you can work towards those. You know, you set goals, you go out and try to achieve them. And you know, I got plenty of flaws. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm far from perfect. I have plenty of flaws. I mean, I procrastinate, and you know, sometimes I get caught up in social media where I end up losing time and things of that sort. But for the most part, I stick to my guns. And I'm a very outgoing person. I love being around people. Here lately, I've been more of a loner, just because I'm in a new place. I don't really know a whole lot of people. And sometimes I just get caught up in doing things by myself. So I'm trying to branch out of that, for sure. Because I am a people person. Like I said, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I have a good time with people. And I always want people to smile, and I want people to be happy, you know. I can be serious at times if I need to be. And I just try to make sure that I'm there for people if they need me. I don't have all the answers, obviously, but sometimes it's just to be there and to listen is what's important. As far as family, like blood family, I have my mom. My mom lives in Baltimore, and she's wonderful. She's a straight shooter, man. She's going to tell you how it is. My mom thinks she knows everything about everything if you have a mom like that. So I just pretty much bow down and listen, like, okay, Ma, like, you got this, you know, type of thing. But my dad passed away in 2005. He got into a car accident, had a heart attack, and he passed. And I miss him. Rest in peace, Dad. Love you. And I do have, because I've been married twice. Okay, my first wife was in the military with me. We served together. We were married for 8 years. We had 2 kids. And my kids, my daughter is 22. She lives in New Mexico. My son is 19. He just graduated, or about to graduate, basic training in the Air Force. So he followed in Dad and Mom's footsteps, which is awesome. I'm so proud. I have good kids. They've never been in any trouble. They were good in school. It's just a blessing. And I guess I can't really call them kids. They're like adults now. So, but yeah, I love my kids to death. My son has been on the channel. My daughter has not. But yeah, that's how I am. As far as being a parent was the best thing that could ever happen to me. And you know, being a parent, just keep in mind for my dads, my fathers, my moms, my single parents, because I was single parent for a long time. Just keep in mind that it's 24 hours a day. You never get a break from being a parent, because at any time, you know, you stay in contact with your kids. At any time they need you. You want to be there for them, and you want to provide a better life for them than you had growing up. And that's has always been my motto. I've been very blessed that my ex-wife, or my first ex-wife, is her and I've been on the same mindset. Like when we got divorced, we said kids are going to come first. That's going to be our priority, and that's how it's been. And it's been wonderful. Now, my second wife, she's from Okinawa, Japan, and she was wonderful too. And this divorce is more fresh. So we split because of kids. She wanted kids, just due to some physical things with me. I can't have any more kids, so that part didn't work out. We still cared about each other, or we still care about each other. We're still good friends. We still communicate. We still talk. But it just didn't work out, unfortunately. So at least I still have a good friend with her. She's one of my best friends. She knows me like nothing, like the back of her hand. So, but unfortunately, things didn't work out. So yes, currently my status is single, but no biggie. I'm an old guy, you know, an old grunt in a sense. But things I enjoy watching sports. I enjoy football, basketball. Those are my two favorite sports. But I do like hockey and baseball and things of that sort. I like to be active besides just the gym. I used to run a lot when I was in Okinawa. I ran a lot, but I do have back issues, lower back issues. So I'm not disabled, but I do receive a disability check because my lower back is pretty bad. So when I work out, that's why I use the Smith machine when I do squats and when I do deadlifts. And it's just because it takes some of the strain off my lower back. And now, I have my weight belts and stuff too. So, but that's where like some people are like, why don't you squat like free weight and stuff like that? That's why, because it does put a lot of strain on my back. And my back can hit me sometimes so hard that I can't walk. So I don't want to deal with that. And I've been very blessed, very fortunate. The last couple of years, I have not had an issue with my back. I do a lot of stretching and things of that sort to keep my back good. I try to do massages. When I was in New Mexico, I did have a masseuse. Nancy, shout out to you, sweetheart. Nancy used to come to the house. She would come to my house and massage me, and I would try to do massages once a month. And a lot of times, like a week before a show, I would definitely do a massage. Since I've been here, I've gotten a couple massages. There's a place that's close to me. But I'm trying to increase that because if, you have to take care of your body, especially if you're always training, you're putting your muscles and stuff through a lot of work, and a lot of stress and strain. So it's good to make sure that you take care of this is your temple. This is the body. You ain't getting another one. So you got to take care of your body, for sure. So try to treat yourself if you can afford to those types of things. And obviously rest is important. Make sure that you're getting enough rest to let your body recover and let your body build, let your muscles build. So, but yeah, that's where I sit for family. I'm looking down this list because I wanted to make sure I stayed on track because I can be long-winded for those that have seen my videos. And I don't want this video to go super, super long, like 30, 40 minutes. But yeah, I went through everything, I think. I don't know. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. If there's anything that you want to know, I'm transparent. I'm an open book. I don't have anything to hide. Like I want to make sure that for those watching the channel that you guys know me, the genuine me, and you know a little bit about my history. Now, as far as goals, this year I'm in prep right now, which I haven't publicized. But anyway, I'm in prep for the Cutler Classic, and that's 31 March. And then I'm hoping to go for a national show here in Vegas to try to go for my pro card. That's a goal. One of my goals is I would love to compete on the Olympia stage one day. I would love to compete at the Arnold, but I know that it's just going to continue to take hard work. And with me being on the older side, I got started late. I was already into my 40s when I started this journey. So, but that's not an excuse. You know what I mean? I'm not using it as an excuse. It's not a crutch, nothing. Like I'm focused, I'm dialed in, and I got that from my boy Johnny, if you're watching. Dialed in. But anyway, yeah, I just have to continue to move forward. And then you guys know how I am that know me from Instagram and Facebook, that know me in person, that the biggest thing where I have the most passion is trying to help other people. And, there's just really no value in that. The satisfaction that you get, the feeling, the happiness that you get when you've helped someone else, especially if you help someone achieve something that they thought maybe they couldn't achieve. I've worked with different competitors before. I don't advertise like coaching and things of that sort because I'm not certified. But I have helped people with men's physique, bodybuilding, bikini, figure. So I know that sometimes people they'll doubt themselves. And I got this band. He's on my Instagram. He sent me this band. It's called Fuel. It says Fueled by Doubt. And sometimes if you doubt yourself, sometimes you'll take your head out of the game and you won't continue to press forward. And you'll be stagnant. You'll either go in place or you go backwards. And that's what you don't want to do. So there's no bigger passion that I have than to try to help other people. And that's why I made this channel. Yeah, there is some stuff about me competing and things of that sort, but for the most part, I'm hoping that someone can grab something when I do workout videos. If I'm at an expo and I meet people, I try to talk to people and, put you in the environment, in the spirit of trying to better yourself in some way, shape, or form. Like I have my goals. I'm gonna get my goals real quick before I close this video out. But this board stays on my fridge, and each year I've been writing my goals on here. And my first goal says save $10,000. So I want to save 10K this year. IFBB Pro Card, and I talked about that as a goal. Reading is so important, man. I do watch a lot of YouTube, and I read a lot of Instagram posts and things of that sort just to be inspired and watch people's journeys. But actually reading a physical book has always been an issue with me. I never finish. I always get started, man, and I'm like halfway through, and then I like lose interest. So one of my goals this year is to read 4 books. 4 books. That's all I got for the whole year. So hold me accountable, man. When you see me, ask me about it. If you comment or something, ask me about it. The next is my nutrition cert. I want to get certified with ACE for nutrition. I tried to get certified with a personal trainer, and I lost interest in it. Like I was like, I don't know if this is really what I want. Nutrition, though, I get a lot of people that ask me about nutrition. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go that route. And I'm going to work on getting that certification this year, get that goal knocked out. I have another house in New Mexico that I need to sell. This house I'm just renting here in Vegas. And by the way, I moved to Vegas in July from New Mexico. I love it. I love it here. I love the fitness environment here, all the places to eat. Oh my goodness. I'm not a big gambler or nothing like that. I don't party and stuff like I used to, even though I still enjoy a good party. And but anyway, I'm trying to sell my house in New Mexico. That's a goal. And then I need to invest. I have about $45,000 that I saved when I was in the Air Force that I want to invest. I need to invest because I want to have other markets of income. Right now, I'm working as a contractor, and my long-term goal is to get into fitness full-time. That's why I want to get my nutrition cert. Me and my friend Marlon, we had talked about opening a gym here in Vegas. I don't know if we're still going to do it, but if we are, that's going to be another thing. But I want to get into fitness full-time. But to do that, I need to keep building this foundation. So that way when I leave this contracting job, which pays very well and I enjoy it, is I want to be set. I want to be set up where I still have income coming in, and I can do what I want to do. So that's the biggest thing. So in a nutshell, I'm going to close this video out. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys learned a little bit about me. Like I said, if you have any questions that I did not put out there for you that you want to know about me, just ask. I'm transparent. Support our brand because it is supporting our military. You know, we put our lives on the line. You know, when we deploy especially, we put our lives on the line. I mean, unless you've been deployed, you really can't understand what you go through. And every deployment location is different. And each branch is different on what we do, what our duties and responsibilities are. But anyway, it's still something that we're putting our lives on the line. Yes, we do train for this, but can't train for everything. And then still, if you're in a situation, a real world situation, what are you going to do? You know, how are you going to respond? So just it supports us, you know, and it's helping people, you know, for those that like to donate to charities, so be it. This is just like donating to a charity, but you get something back in return. You know, you get a shirt or you get a cup or whatever, a hat. But like I said, it just supports us. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but as I choke on my water, I'm going to close this out. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for inspiring me, motivating me, keeping me on track. I know that some of it's indirect. I don't tell everybody all the time, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I mean it sincerely and deep in my heart that, you know, what you guys provide to me, you know, people that watch the channel, people that comment, the stories, the journeys, it always keeps me at a high level, you know, and if I start to veer off, it puts me back on track, and I'm just so blessed each day and so thankful each day. I hope that I can meet you. Some of these people that I haven't met, I hope that I can meet you this year. I'll be going to the Arnold, so if you're at the Arnold, let's do this. 1 March, let's do this. And I'm just blessed for all the people around me, so, my family, my Holloman Fit fam, my uh, my T38 family, just all my New Mexico family, my Vegas family now. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's just 2 words, but I'm telling you, it's sincere and it's from the bottom of my heart. And I appreciate all that you do. Go out, accomplish your goals, stay focused. Remember, progress is progress. You know, if you're talking this much or this much, it's progress. It's always moving forward. Keep that in mind, okay? For my competitors out there, keep up the grind. For my goal setters, as far as like transformation, keep up the grind. Keep fighting. If you need something, reach out to me. And if I can help you, I will do my best to help you, or I will point you in the right direction somewhere along the line. And God bless you all. So thank you for joining. The next video will be a workout video. I have something special coming up with my friend Miles. He's in the Air Force. You guys will meet him. We're gonna get some, I think we're doing shoulders and back tomorrow. So that'll be the next video after that. So be blessed. And it is Friday. I'm not wearing red today. I'm representing the Air Force today, but it is Red Friday. So prayers for all of my deployed family members and their families that are here. We love you. We just want you home safe. And we're always thinking of you. All right, so my goal is to keep this under 30 minutes. I'm close to it. Thank you guys. Much love. Peace.